And that is the factory to manufacture carbonated soft drinks. This factory is part of our strategic expansion project for the company. We are already herbal alcoholic beverage company, and we decided to expand to venture into the production of carbonated soft drinks. And per the direction of our president and founder, he chose that we invest in equipment from Germany. So he detailed myself and the chief executive officer for Energy Broadcasting Network to the Federal Republic of Germany to look for a plan to start with this project. We ended up in Bakroshina with KHS GmbH. We also visited Krones and other plant manufacturing companies in Germany. We finally decided to invest in machines from KHS. The facility you see here today was not like this. We had about 5 residential facilities here on this premises. And we approached the owners of these residential facilities. And because they also share in the vision of the founder and the president, they opted to give these facilities to us to expand our factory. So we had to pull down all the facilities here, the residential facilities here, in order to put up this edifice. This facility is built to accommodate 3 production manufacturing plants. We have installed the first line on our left here. We intend to install the second line at where we are seated, and then the third line on our extreme right. As we indicated in our introductory meeting in our president's office, we'll start the tour of the entire factory from here. So we'll start from here, walk you through the start to finish. These plants are in 3 parts. We have the utility area, we have the syrup room, and then we have the main filling plants. So we start from the utility area. At the utility area, we have the compressors, we have the boilers and the chillers. And then, in addition to that, we also have the CO2 tank. That is the carbon dioxide tank. It's a carbonated soft drink, so certainly we have gas in our products. And the CO2 tank will be used to fill CO2 for the production plant. And then we'll move to the syrup room where we'll do the actual mixing of the products. Now, after the product has been mixed and ready for bottling, it will be pushed into the production hall, and they all go through the equipment we have put together to have one plant here. So from the utility area, we move to the syrup room area, and then to the production hall. Now, after the product has been mixed and ready for bottling, it will move into the product tanks. When we enter the facility, you will find 2 product tanks in the mixing room. Now, when the products are ready to be pushed in here, they will go through a paramix. The paramix in our local parlance, we'll call it the blender. So the final product will go through the blender before it moves into the filler. Now, this is 10-key machine. So the machine itself will blow the preforms into bottles. Now, when the preforms are blown into bottles, there are wheels in the blow molder that will transfer all the blown bottles into the filling plant. So from the blow mold, it moves into the filler. After filling, the product will travel on the conveyors into Europe, The Europool will clean up the products because as it moves from the blow molder through the filler, you have bubbles of water around the bottle. And it has to be cleaned up, it has to dry it out before it moves into the labeler. So from the Europool, it moves into the labeler to put the final labeler, the label on the bottle. So it moves on a clear bottle like this. And when it gets to the Europool, it cleans it up. Then it moves into the labeler to put the label around the bottle. Now from the labeler, it also travels on the conveyor. The conveyor is being powered by drives. And it moves into coding system, time of production, and so on and so forth. Then finally it comes to the kister. The kister is where the product is cutting either into 14, 12, and 16. This plant is built to cutting into 12 and 16. Then from the pyramids, it comes out for packing. Now having put it on the pallet, sorry. Having put it on the pallet, then we use the forklift to lift it from the pallet and put it on the rubber pack to straight wrap it before we move into the loading area. Now, in future, when we succeed in putting the two other lines here, there will not be space on this floor for storage. And the reason of that, we have built, this building has a basement. Now we've also built an industrial elevator window down here. So in future we'll build interconnecting conveyors to take the final product to the basement for packaging. This office we see here will serve as a laboratory for the production floor. Now when you move into the syrup room, we also have a laboratory in the syrup room. This is carbonated soft drink, so we are mindful of microbacteria. And by that reason, we also built a hygienic room around the filler and the blow mold. So we built a hygienic room around the filler and the blow mold because it's a security zone. Now, by the instruction of our founder, we shall build a hanging office on top of this building. And we will take away this structure in future. The essence is that when we put a hanging office up here, the maintenance engineer should have an overview of the entire production floor. So putting up a hanging office here will afford him the opportunity to stand up here and watch whatever goes wrong on the production floor. Now, this project is about 90% water. So we have a water treatment plant. And we acquired a plant also from Veolia GmbH in Germany. As we speak, the team is here on site installing the water treatment plant. When that is done, we interface the water treatment plant with the main line so that we can get water to commence production, commence final production. Now, our program, we are scheduled to commission this plant the last week in August. So that is what we have here on this premises. So, Your Excellency and the President and Founder of Energy Group, with your permission, I'd like to walk through the team, through the things I've gone through, so that physically you can see what we have done here. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful presentation indeed. They give us a picturesque idea of what we are about to see. The Deputy Managing Director for Adonko Group, Angel Group, Dr. Kweku Mugia. We will all sit and maybe it's His Excellency, together with our founder and a few of the delegation coming from Germany and Prague, will also take the tour with His Excellency. Thank you so much. The rest of us will come, will be here so that we wait for them. They are going in batches. And if you want to drink, this is the home of Adonko. Okay, at the far end here we have our washrooms. Anybody who wants to eat himself or herself can go to the washroom. You guys can see, this is the home of Adonko. I know about the German whiskeys and the Singapore whiskeys. But here, you need to try Adonko whiskeys. Thank you. So the top is for the team. Team now is free and we trade life and everybody. Look out for it in the summer. Look out for the chance. Look out for the light. So,
So now, inspection and air course social media live on the Shift TV. Adonko new factory, yes. Adonko new factory. Inspection time and air banner. We said delegates coming, big men are moving.
These two tanks are the sugar dissolving tanks. There's carbonated soft drinks, so certainly we have citric acid. Okay, so these are the sugar dissolving tanks here. We have sugar units outside the building. So we'll put the sugar into the sugar units. And then the motors will bring the sugar units, the sugar into the dissolving tanks here. From the dissolving tanks, they will move through the pipes into the CIP area. So let's go to the CIP area and I'll show you how you do it. Come on. Now we don't want the work to have effect on the other side. That is why you can see this partition here to separate the CIP area from the other side. Now the application of the product is done here in these sides. And then we push that into the product tanks, these two product tanks. So let's go to the product tanks area. I'll show you that. We have Angel Mango, we have Angel Orange, Strawberry, we have Peach, Adonko Zero, Adonko Energy Drink. Then we also have the fruit, mixed fruiter. So we have about 7 products in all. Now we intend to put a product in one tank at a time. This tank will have maybe cola here, and then this one also have mango here for production. Now when we are done with cola, we'll do cleaning of the system. And the technology that we use to build this line, it gives you 5 minutes to clean the system. Yes. 5 minutes? Yes, that's German technology. 5 minutes. Then you can put the second product. Yes, so these are the product tanks. For the product tanks, the product will go into the pyramids. It will not move here into the filler straight away. We push it to the pyramids, then for the pyramids, it goes to the filler. Testing will be done at this stage. And when it goes into the pyramids, we do testing before finally we fill it. So that is how it works. So from here,
This gives you a lot of flexibility.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. So from here it goes to the pyramids. So with the permission, we'll move to the pyramids area. Then I'll show you.
The new Adonko.
Now this is called silos. This is called silos. Something. This is called silos. This is what we call preforms. This is 17.5 grammage. So we put it in a container. I will fix the container here. The container will be full of these preforms. Now these preforms will be blown into bottles. So for this container, it will travel on the vertical conveyors. Then for the vertical conveyor, it comes into the oven. Please let's move to the oven and I'll show you. So soft, the blow motor cannot handle it. So it comes into the oven, it goes through heating process, and then it's transferred to the blow motor. So this is the blow motor. This is the blow motor. So it takes it from the vertical conveyor here. It takes it from the vertical conveyor to the heating system. Then it transfers the preforms into the blow. These are the cavities. These are the blow molder, the mold to change the preform to the bottle size. Now, the German technology, if you want to change all the 12 molds, it will take you just less than 5 minutes. Yeah, so if you want to, maybe this will either give you 350 bottle or to give you 500 ml bottle. So this is a sample bottle of what we intend to bring out. So this is a 500 ml bottle, and this will give you this. Now we have the design in this blow molder. So this thing moves into the blow molder, it blows into bottle, and it gives our design. Now from here, these are the transfer wheels, as you can see. So the transfer wheels will transfer this bottle into the filler. All right. Yes. Yes.
And it could also be in the life-on-life reader.
Sure. So this is the transfer wheels here. So it takes the blow bottles from the blow molder into the filler. This filler has 80 heads. What that stands to reason 80 heads. What that stands to reason is that at every 1 minute, 80 bottles are filled. And let me also say that this is 27,000 bottles per hour line. 27,000 bottles per hour line. So when you run 10 hours of production, you have 270,000 bottles. By the instruction of our chairman, this line will run on 24 shifts, day shift and night shifts. So we'll have 540,000 bottles each 24 shifts. So from the blow molder, it comes into the filler. As I said, it fills 80 bottles per minute. Now after filling, there should be capping. And this is a capping unit. As you can see the caps here. So the caps will drop from the cap unit and close up the bottle. From here it moves to labeling, then coding, and then packaging. Yeah, that is your
Say the number again. How many bottles?
27,000 bottles per hour. Yes. So it's like that's your German technology. Yes. So please, let's move on the conveyor. If you have any clarification or yes. Just like I want to show you something up here. Now, this line, as you move around, you expect to see a lot of electrical wires, but it's not so with this line. What you see here are for electrical cables. Now, we have electrical panels. If you have put all electrical panels in one room, with your permission, you want to climb up this small staircase and show you the panel room where all the electrical cables are connected. Yes, please come over. We have all the electricals connected to the panels. And this room should be under 10-15 degrees Celsius at every point in time. So we are going to air condition this room. So there's a panel room.
How do you secure your power?
From through the national grid.
That's not very reliable.
And we also have a generator, 1120 kVA generator, 560 each. So the line is built in such a way that, and then the generator is, the genset is also in such a way that when the power drips off from the national grid, the genset picks it.
And it's got inbuilt inverters.
Exactly. So the genset, yeah, so the genset built picks it up, and it picks the energy that it needs. Yes, so it was also recommended by KHS. Yes. So the genset has been installed.
These high-end machines, this is a very critical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stable post.
Sorry for heat.
The heat.
The heat, sorry.
I know. That's okay.
Yeah, so we'll stand here and I'll show you something, please. That is the cap unit. Excellency, this is also the cap unit. We put the cap down in the basin down, and the system will put the cap up. The cap will travel. Like you're moving from Stuttgart to Hamburg. It will travel on this, and it drops down. It doesn't come from the top.
So you are not running.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
It has 12 cavities. That means it has 12